Less than 2 miles south of the United States Capitol, welcome to Nationals Park. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Washington Nationals. Well, Siggy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the brooms to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about set to go. And on the hill, Mitchell Parker. What do you have on him, Chris?
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
Right through there for a strike. Parker was a workhorse the last time out, throwing a complete game. Outside low, 2-1.
I loved watching him throw that complete game, Boog. Just not that common anymore. Think about this. In the 21st century, only 2 pitchers have had a season with 10 complete games. In 1998 alone, 3 different pitchers did it.
Here's the Dodgers lineup now. A really frustrating showing for them in their last game. Lots of traffic on the bases, but they left a ton of runners on base. Couldn't cash in their chances, Chris.
They had plenty of chances. There's nobody to blame it on but themselves offensively. They just did a poor job converting in those situations. You have to figure out what's your plan going to be. Maybe watch some tape from the last game. Make the adjustment. So if you get those opportunities in this one, you've got a much better chance of scoring some runs.
Outside.
2 balls, no strikes.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down.
Batting third, the left fielder, number 3, Babe Ruth.
2 down, base is empty. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Babe Ruth.
All around, I think if you asked anyone in this organization who's the best hitter in the lineup, they would say him.
And the first offering is not close. 2 outs, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
Back up the middle and a base hit. And that gives Aaron Judge a chance to hit with 2 out.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
It's Aaron Judge now. 3 for 8 in the series coming in. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
So now it's Freddie Freeman. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. 2 on, 2 outs. Late on that fastball.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
Back here in Nationals Park. And on the hill here today, Roki Sasaki.
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
And here is Jacob Young. There's a strike. He caught it behind his back. The throw, and very nicely done for the out.
Batting second.
As we take a look at the Nationals lineup. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Edman in position. Makes the catch for the out. 2 down.
Batting third, the third baseman.
Chipper Jones will hit next. Up and in, 1-0. And that one just missed off the outside edge. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Good fastball going early until they show they can make some good contact. You keep on throwing the pitch.
That one close, ruled a ball. And now 3 balls and a strike. Gil Hodges in the on-deck circle for the Nats. Check swing, called strike.
Full count.
Line drive, and that's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Batting fourth.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Sasaki over to first. Jones back in on a dive. Now here is Gil Hodges
1-0.
in the dirt. Safe at second. And now a man into scoring position.
Can't imagine he's too happy with that one on the mound. Just one pitch after giving up the single, he basically turns it into a double.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here in the third and final game of the series. Slides for the stop. Over to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. Nationals leave 1. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second. Now it's going to be Jackie Robinson. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out.
1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, his swing is so good. It's in the zone a long time. He gets the barrel to it a lot, and that produces more base hits.
When you look at the elite teams in the game right now, there is going to be the slug, no question about it. But the really good offensive teams combine slug with more contact, with less swing and miss. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah, and that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
No score here in the second. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Batting in, the third baseman, number 8, Kike.
2 outs, base is empty. And now Kike Hernandez. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. Foul ball.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
What about playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Cold strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the inner half. Dodgers go down quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the second, and now it's Luis Garcia. Sasaki back to work. On the ground right side, finds its way through, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
And now it's Keibert Ruiz. Ruiz measures 6 feet even, 26 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. And that is out of play. Sasaki winds and deals. There's the strike. Nobody out. Runner at first. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And he dodges that fastball.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone, since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone, because that's where you can get hurt.
Dive, and he's got it from his backside. 1 at second, and 2. What a play.
Well, off the bat, we thought that was going to be a single, not a double play. Just a great job. Dives, knocks it down, feeds it to the second baseman. A nice turn around the bag. Really great job by those 2.
Now it's the right fielder, Stone Garrett. Out towards right center field. It falls in, and that's a knock. And that keeps the inning going. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. Check on the runner. Garrett back on a dive. And a pitch out, but nothing going on. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Just missed. 2 outs. There's a strike. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And now first and second with 2 outs.
Back-to-back singles. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
First and second, 2 outs. Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals. Ground ball right side. Down the line, and it's foul. Here's your 1. Outside with a breaking ball. First and second, 2 down. And that misses. 2 and 1.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Two on, 2 outs. Swings and misses. Struck him out. So the Nats leave a pair. We'll move to the third with no score. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Gets to it on the first. Gets him. 1 away on a drop third strike.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was off. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Next offering in there for a strike. And that is strike 1. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Battling here as he fouls it away. Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Well, he really filled up the strike zone in that at bat until that final pitch. And as a hitter, you sense that they're coming after you, not dancing around the strike zone. They want to attack, and so you kind of get into swing mode, and you have to protect the plate. That's when you become really susceptible to something that makes you chase, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Base knock center field. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Ruth in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
2 quick outs, needed to get that 3rd one, wasn't able to do it. Now you bring up the heart of this order. You got to find a way to get it done right here.
2 outs. Fouled off. He was late. Close one, doesn't get the call. 2-1. And there's a ball. Aaron Judge would be next. Big bat with a potentially huge opportunity. Betts, the runner at first with 2 gone. Little chopper rolls foul.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. Betts around second, headed for third. And it gets by him. Coming home. He'll score. And the lead runner holds on at second base.
Well, that worked out as good as it could have. We mentioned the RBI opportunity with the runner moving on the 3-2 pitch, and he cashed in by finding a hole in the outfield. You know, that takes a little extra concentration in the box because of the movement on the base pass. Easy to get distracted, so that was a really nice job there.
Here comes Aaron Judge. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
Ripped on the ground to second. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strike.
Swing and a foul out of play.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And now 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
There's the strike. Got it. And there's 1 down.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him look. That was just nasty.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. In the air out to center. And it drops in. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Next to hit, Chipper Jones. Over to Jackie, they get 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to inning number 4. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Nationals nothing. Back in Washington, D.C. as we go to the top of the 4th. And here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. And that one fouled off.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up one run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Young snags it, and there's one down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Headed down the line. And that drops foul. Next pitch is outside.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at-bat.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Well, he got challenged with a good fastball right there. Just couldn't catch up.
Foul ball still a 1-2 count. This one in the air. Hodges hauls it in, 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
2 down, bases empty. Tommy Edman at the plate. A switch hitter batting right. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. That's off the mark, and it's 1-1. And that's in the dirt.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Over to first. Out. And they get Edman for the out. And the Dodgers are set down in order. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, but they're on top 1-0. Bottom 4. Now it's the Nationals cleanup hitter, Gil Hodges. First offering, and it just misses.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire's strike zone.
Fouled off down the right side. The 1-1. Fought off foul. Cut on and miss, struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Luis Garcia digs in now. A single his first time. That's outside. Ball 1. In the air, right side. Puts it away for the out.
Now batting, catcher, K-Bird.
Now at the plate, K-Bird Ruiz. He's 0 for 1. That one finds the zone. It's 0-1. Swing and a ground ball. Throw on to Freeman, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Nothing doing for Washington. They're down 1-0. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Parker back to work. That misses. Ball 1. Hernandez goes 5 feet 11 inches 195 pounds, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2009. Hernandez, versatile player, can play all over the infield and the outfield. That one out to right, and that'll fall for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, the catcher.
Will Smith to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing is the player
fires over to first. 1 away here in the 5th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Shohei Ohtani. 0 for 2 in this one. And a slider in there for a strike. Movement in the bullpen. Jose A. Ferrer, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. Number 68, the right-hander, also getting loose. Throw to second, safe. Now 1-1.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle in plenty of time to first, and they get Ohtani for the out.
Up next to the shortstop, Mookie.
Mookie digs in here. 1 for 2. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. And there's the strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That's a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out of left center field. In comes the runner from third, and it's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Oh, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Mitchell Parker gives way. 2-run ball game as he heads for the
Now pitching for
Jose A. Ferrer gets the call from the pen.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Ruth, the next to hit, takes outside. And that one popped in the air, left field. And that is that. Back here in Nationals Park, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton, and set to get us started. Bottom 5, Stone Garrett. And there's a foul ball.
Well, these Nats just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far.
1-1.
0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
And a swing and a miss there.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Makes the grab, and there's one away.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Paul DeYoung now at the plate. And that is in there for a strike. I believe that's the split.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun.
No ball.
One out. Base is empty. Next pitch, a slider that misses outside.
Really nice slider right there. Sweeping across the dish, but just couldn't hang the edge.
One down, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And there are 2 outs.
the left fielder, number 3,
Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals. Singy, you gotta appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
And a breaking ball misses outside.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play.
That ends the inning, so we take a break. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. And Judge spoils that one.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Judge waits.
Ball.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. And here it comes.
2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
On a line, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Yeah, that's fouled off. Judge on at first, nobody out. Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
On the ground. Nice stop. Flips it from the ground. That's one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry.
Nice dive, knocks it down. Desperation flip from the stomach. Starts the double play, and this is going to be on the highlight reels, folks.
Now here is Jackie Robinson. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. And we're the top half of the 6th. On the ground right side, Garcia throws to first. They get the out on Robinson. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Dodgers go down quietly, but they hold the 2-0. And we're back. And now the center fielder, Jacob Young.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Swinging a foul straight back. Swing and a miss.
No ball. 2 strikes.
On the ground to 3rd. Zips it to first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Nathaniel.
Here's Nathaniel Lowe.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
On the ground to the left. Gets it to first. And that quickly 2 away.
Now batting, 3rd baseman,
Chipper Jones digging in for the Nationals. Lifted in the air, right field. Judge has it sized up. And he makes the catch. And that is that. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jorge Lopez. He's pitching on 2 days rest.
number 21, Jorge Lopez.
Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. He's a guy who does it all. Lopez, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a curve, a changeup, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. That one finds the corner. That's strike 1.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Ripped to first, caught.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
Here's Kike. So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Max Muncy looking to start something with 1 gone. That one's in there. 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Up next for the Dodgers, the catcher.
The batter now will be Will Smith. That's to third. Slings to first, and that will end the inning. Dodgers down in order. They're up 2-0. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. That one felt good, and they've got their first run. It's 2-1.
That's a great way to fire up this crowd. They're feeling it now. High fastballs, especially with good velocity, can be really hard to catch up to. But he stays tall, his top hand works extremely well, and he absolutely clobbered it.
Next to hit for the Nats. And the Dodgers will go. Anthony Banda gets the ball now.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
There's a strike at the knees. Holding on to a one-run lead near the bottom of the seventh. And that one upstairs. That one inside. Look out. Looking to get the tying run on base. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. 2-2 now. Got him. One out. Keibert Ruiz digging in for the Nationals.
Well, both sides equally as strong, so not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
That one missed.
1 ball, no strike.
And that is out of play. And he chases that one below the zone.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
One down, base is empty. And now 2-2. In the air, out towards left center. And there are 2 down. And down the right fielder, Stone Garrett. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. Squeezes it, and that ends the inning. We're at the top of the 8th, and here is... He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base slugging, too.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. Because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Next offering in there for a strike. And the count 1-2.
good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Here's Mookie now. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Swings and misses. That's strike one.
Yeah, we go beyond just the fielding percentage and what it looks like, but the ability to have range and close holes that are normally there against an average defender. But this guy is special, and you can see it in his first step quickness.
Out to short. Whips it to first on the run, and it beats him. What a play.
When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
Babe Ruth steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Right side, and that one handled. Tosses to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Back now as it'll be a pinch hitter to lead off. Ahmed Rosario.
Well, with his speed, he can really make some things happen. Leading off.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Evan Phillips.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves, late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Way outside, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
1-1.
Check swing, appeal to first. No, he held up. In the dirt, and that's ball 3. Dylan Cruz in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
And now up for Washington, Dylan Cruz. Ball 1 there. And that one fouled off. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here the bottom half of the 8th inning. And fouled off. Swing and a ball popped up. Robinson tracks it down for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Jacob Young.
Now, this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
Outside, 1-0.
Now, this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
And the 1-0. Popped up. Muncy makes the grab, and that's the inning. And the Nationals gone in order. They're down. We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Derek Law.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Cruz sizes this one up. He makes the grab, and there's one away.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Freeman batting with one down, takes a strike. Activity in the Washington bullpen. Trevor Williams appears to be getting loose. Hers, a lefty, warming up as well. Throws to first in time. Freeman is out. There's two away.
Now batting, second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
2 outs, base is empty. Jackie Robinson steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch, and he just misses.
Not looking like they'll be adding any insurance runs heading to the bottom of the ninth, so it's going to be on the bullpen to hold this lead.
And that one is lifted in the air, and that'll do it.
Yeah, I do. I do it.
Back here in Nationals Park, now the number 2 hitter, Nathaniel. So they turn to their closer, Tanner Scott. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Right now, behind in the count, 2 balls and no strikes, no free passes. You can't allow that.
1-run game, bottom 9. Fall off foul. Swing and a miss. And the count now even up. Strike 3, got him swinging. 1 gone here.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Jones stands in now, looks at that one inside. Trying to close out a 1-run lead, and the home team trying to pull it out. Next one is off the plate, and it's 2-0.
Well, an interesting situation. One swing, you can tie up the ball game, but if you're patient and work a walk, then you bring the game-winning run to the plate.
Gil Hodges in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. That's smacked on a line to center. Base hit. And the tying run is on base here in the bottom of the 9th.
That swing is all about believing in yourself, especially here in the late stages. Sitting with the 3-0 count and using it to your advantage. A great job of hitting in a big spot.
Gil Hodges digging in for the Nationals. He's already homered in this game. And that drops in for a strike. Pitch out, but no action. Pickoff throw, and he's back safely. Next pitch misses way outside. Trying to keep the game alive here in the bottom of the 9th. Throw to first, Jones dives back in safely. The count 2-1.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Chipper on the move. Into center. Robinson racing hard. Pulls up and it drops for a hit. Here's the throw. They get the force, and they're down to their last out.
Wow, this is one of those plays that happens sometimes, but it never really should. It seems like you just got a bad read on the ball, and the good throw from the outfield was perfect to get the out.
Substitution being made at first. Coming in as a pinch runner, Nasim Nunez. So they're down to their final out. Up now for Washington, Luis Garcia, as the Nationals are down to their final out. That's in there. 0-1.
Well, with the tying run at first base, he's looking for something he can get a lot of barrel on, drive it into a gap, and score that run from first base.
2 outs.
1-1.
It's a pitch out, nothing doing, and that's ball 1.
Big situation right here. You got some speed over there at first base. He represents the tying run. Question is, do you send him and get him in the scoring position, or do you let that batter swing and maybe put you ahead?
Scott keeping an eye on him.
Well, at least you got the pitcher thinking a little bit. You don't want to run yourself out of the ball game. You get thrown out or picked off, it's over.
The 1-1. And that drops in for a strike.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
The Nationals down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Well, this is the perfect way to finish up a road trip, a sweep in this series before heading back home. This is a team that's got things rolling, and when you get it rolling on the road, you want to make sure when you go back home, you keep it rolling.
And your final score here today, 2-1. And the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.